Hello everyone. Today we'll start a new chapter, chapter 7. In chapter 7, we will learn how to draw a linear patterns and circular patterns. These patterns could make our features to be repeated instantaneously in a very easy manner. To start with a linear pattern, open your textbook on chapter 7 page 3. So please select the top plane and select the sketch. We're gonna draw the triangle. So we want to make this triangle in the center of our origin. So select the second option, the center rectangle. Now hover your mouse in the origin point, then click on it, then expand your rectangle. Try to make your rectangle close to your finished dimensions. So the length is 9.5 inches and the width is 5 inches. Adjust these parameters using the smart dimension. So I start with the width with 5 inches, then the length of my rectangle by 9.5 inches. Now go back to eyes view. So click on Control 7, or you can use the same thing over here. So you can use the view orientation and change it into the eyes view. Go to features. Now select extruded boss base. So make it in a 1/2 inch upward. Click on yes. Now go back to the top view. So we want to sketch on this face. Select the top of your cuboid and go back to sketch and select the sketch. Hold on into your control and press 5. So to draw this circle in correct manner, we're gonna draw some dummy lines. So we can use the center line. Pick the first center line and go 1 inch here and then go upward by 1 inch. You can make sure these have the right dimensions by using the smart dimension. So since it's dashed, that means it doesn't belong to the actual drawing. Select the circle and put it in the right place. So you can put the right dimensions instantly. So we can add 1, but it's still underdefined. So we can make it fully defined by selecting the smart dimension and go to the circle and add it. So we don't need to adjust it, but we need it to be a fully defined circle. Now please go back to your eyes view. So we want to extrude this circle, but we want it to be in a conic, not a linear in just the way we have used it. So we will use the extrude feature again. Go to features, select the extrude boss again here. So reverse the direction of the extrusion. and then we want to extrude it through 2 inches. So it seems to be still linear this now. So we want to add an angular extrusion. So click on the conic, it's kind of pyramid, then change into the right angle. So in here we want it to be 7 degrees. So click on yes. So we have added the first test holder. So we want to create a bunch of test holders over all this tray. So go back to Control 5. So we want to add a linear pattern for this one since they're having the same dimensions all over again. So go to the linear pattern, select the first option, linear pattern. Okay, so it's selected by default the one we want. So we want to add the first direction. So click on this one. So it tells you where is the direction would be. So this is will go to the right. If you change the direction, you will see it's going to the left. So we're gonna stick with the right. Now we will make the spacing and the instances are the same. So select the first one. And then we want the distance in horizontal manner to be 1.5 inches. So the distance between the center of these two circles will be 1.1 inches. You can see how it's look like, and we want to be repeated 6 times. Now we want to add the other direction. So select the second edge. So it says it's going downward. So we want to reverse the direction. Select up here so it will go upward. Then select the distance to be 1.5 inches and make it 3. So we can go back to the ISO view to double check if it's gone in the right manner. So click on yes. And we have the test holders creator. Now we want to make a shell. So hold on to this face and then go to the shell. Select the right dimension for your shell. So it's gonna be 0.1 inches. And you have created the tray test. Now we want to add the fillet. As you know, it's hard for us to grab the test from the holders if they don't have some kind of fillet or chamfer. So hold on your control and press all. So you select your part. Then go to fillet, add the fillet. So it selected all your edges. We want to add the right dimension for it. So go over here and 0.05 and click on yes. So now you have your part is ready to be 3D printed or manufactured. You can see the features of your part ready to make, and you can save your document. So go on you save all, name it under chapter 7 linear pattern. In the next section we will do the circular pattern. So we will start our circular pattern, the spur gear. The spur gear is very famous mechanical part which is used to translate the torque from a rotational source like an engine to other rotational part like the gear. So select a new, select the part. So go to your sketch and select the front plane. So add the center line, which is go through your origin. Make it slightly larger than your part. Now we want to have a mimic for our part in the between using the mirror. So the textbook is using the mirror entities. There is different way to use it. So you can access it through go to tools, go to sketch, and the sketch dynamic mirror, select the dynamic mirror. So the options in Dassault SolidWorks is ordered alphabetically, and they are grouped. Like you will notice that the options related to each other are within one group. The other way you can use the search command. So just type in mirror and you will see all the options are using the mirror. One of them is the dynamic mirror. The other way is to have a shortcut because this is used very frequently. So right click into your command manager, select customize, go to shortcut bars, then select the sketch. One of the options will be the dynamic mirror. You can select it and add it to your sketch tools, or you add it to your command manager the way you want to use it. Then hold on to your command manager, select the dynamic, select the line you want to mirror about. So you will notice there is a double lines over here, which means that your mirror is triggered. So as you draw, it will be mirrored around this line. Select the line. So go above the origin slightly, half an inch. Then we add the features for our drawing. So when you go angular like that, sometimes it will create a relationship. To avoid any creation for this constraint, just hold into control, then continue releasing the control because we want to make sure this is a vertical one. Then go back because this is angular, so press control and draw it. Then go back here, then hold control because it created 45 degrees, which is we don't want. Then close your part. After you adding this, we starting adding the geometric constraint. So we want to add a relationship. So you will see, for example, this is a line. We don't want this relationship, so delete it. So these three parts are equal. So select them and make them equal. And then this line with this line are collinear, though they are existed in the same line. So you don't need to add all the other relationship in the other half because it will be dynamically mirrored. Then we need to add this angle. So just to draw a fair line over here, and then we can add the dimension. So the dimension between this line and this one will be 30 degrees. And then the dimension between this and this will be 135. Then we start adding the dimension. So the distance between the origin and the top of your part will be 3 inches. So make sure this is the distance between the origin and the top of your part. Okay. Then we add this one. So this is a half of inch. The dimension over here up to this point is 1 inch, and the dimension between the origin again and this point will be 2.5 inches. Now we can add the vertical dimensions. This is 1.25 and this is 1 inch. So your part now, it should be fully defined. You will see it in black, the borders and in black, so we can revolve it. So we don't need the dynamic option anymore. So go to feature, select extrude base. So we want to go around the revolve feature. So the base is already here. We want to revolve it around the origin, not the base over here. So we need to sketch a horizontal vertical line. So we want to go back to our sketch. So add a vertical horizontal line. Go again to feature, select revolve. Okay, so this is the axis of revolution. Okay, we want to see it in isometric to make sure it's the way we want to revolve it. So make sure it's on a line 360 and tick on yes. So we have the main feature of our part. Please select the upper surface of your gear here and click again on a sketch. Hold into Control and 4 to have the view want to see it. Now again, we want to add another line, another center line through passes the origin. Select it over here and make it slightly above your part and make sure it's vertical. Now we want to add a new entity. So select this line, draw it slightly here in the middle. We want to mirror it again, so select dynamic mirror, select the center line, click on yes, select this line and click it. Then we need to add the 3-point arc. Click on it. So 3-point arc. Draw this line up to here. We can adjust it later. Now we want to have this circle, so we don't need to draw it again. So we can just convert this entity into our drawing. So select convert entity and select the upper dimension, the larger circle, and click on yes. You will see it's highlighted in different color. Now we want to use a new option for a trim. So go to trim, select trim. You will notice there is different options. The one we use is power trim. So the one I want you to use right now is called trim to the closest. So select here and just click on there. You will have your part ready. Click yes. So we want to go back to ISOView, Control 7. Now we want to have a through cut. So go back to feature, then select the extrude cut over here. So we wanted to go all through. Select here, but we're gonna make sure we have the correct dimensions before that. So let's make it fully defined first. So the distance between it and the base is 2 inches and 46. So that 2.625 inches. Then the distance between this point and this point over here is 0.225 inches, and then the distance between this point up to this point is 0.515 inches. Finally, the radius will be 0.75. So as we have edited the dimensions, we are free to cut it. So go again to features, select the extrude cut, make it all through with 360 and click on yes. Now we want to mimic this again. So we want to go over it. So we want to present the center line here. So click on the box nearby the shading and hold on into this. So there will be like a center line highlighted. So click on it. Now we can go to circular pattern, select this entity, go to select circular line. So it's already select the axis and we want it to be equal spaces. So the number of teeth are 24. So the feature will be the extruded face. We just done it. So go to extrude one and select it. It will highlight you that it perform it. Click on yes. Now we want to add the key. Okay, so the key is used usually to hold the gear. So select this face and go to sketch, Control 4. So again, we need to add the center line. Add a line over here. Make sure it's a vertical one. So if I'm not sure this is a vertical or not, so you can add a relationship. So click on it and make it vertical. So I constrain it to be a vertical one. Then I want it to be a dynamic. So click on it. So now since it's having this double lines, it's triggered. Zoom in your part. Then we need to add the new entity over here. So we want to just convert this entity. So convert over here. And then we need to add these lines. So I want to add this line over here, up to here, and then here. So it's already mirrored. So then I need to again trim it using the new feature, trim to closest. So then I trim down the upper area over here and click on yes. Then I need to add the dimensions to make it fully defined. So select the dimension from this point up to this point is, sorry, is 0.25 inches. Then from the center, from the origin to the top of our key here. So this is 0.625 inches. So now it's fully defined because it's in its border is in a black. So we can go to feature and we can select extrude cut. We can see it in ISO, so we know we will do it in the right manner. Here we want it to be a go through, all through our part. Tick on yes. So you have your key ready. Okay, and then please go to file, save all. So you can name it chapter 7 circular pattern. Now we want to add the views for our part. So go here, open file, then make a drawing from. So click on OK. So it will ask you if you want to do it for this one. So for sure, we want it for the gear. So add the first part over here. Then we have the other view. So since it's will have the same view, so the thing is you just need to add the ISO view. And since it doesn't have a unique feature, so you don't have to add a cross section. So usually this is will be highlighted, so the operator knows this is will be done using mill machine usually. Then we can add the sheet facts. So for example, the part is the spur gear, and for example, this is for chapter 5, chapter 7, sorry. So chapter 7, and then the designer. You can switch and change the, since it's a small part, so you can adjust how it's look like. So we want to increase the ratio or make it smaller, 1:1 maybe. Let's see if it's work. It's kind of large, so 1:2. Okay, and also you can change it for the ISO view. 1:2. If you adjust the place for it, so it will be acceptable. Then we can add a new sheet for the previous part. Select it, then change the part. So we want to add the test tray. So the test tray also can have different views. So we have the top view, the front view, the side view. So we need to add also the eyes view. And I think for this part is okay to one. Then you can add the facts. So chapter 7 again, part 1. Can add linear pattern. And then finally add your name. Click again on edit. So you have the two parts ready to be printed. So I want you to save them in two files. So save them as a DR drawing. This is very important so I can reach them out and it can be readable by my computer. Then go back again, click on save, but this time change it to a PDF, Adobe Portable Documents, and see you soon.